Hey everyone, Jeremy with Outpost Vans here. Today we're going to walk you through our latest custom van conversion. Right behind me is a Sprinter 170 all-wheel drive, and this thing is packed with some amazing features. It's beautiful inside and out, and we're going to show you every single detail about this van. What I want to first show you is the passenger side. It's got an Owl Vans exterior package. It's got the Owl Vans Mojo wheel on BFG KO3 tires. Looks really good. It also has the dual valve stem set up on that wheel. So what that means to you is you can air up and air down really quickly. With the apex valve, you could take air out of your wheel when you're off-roading or overlanding really quickly to get it down to that PSI you need. Second awesome feature on the passenger side is the Owl Vans side step. The 170 side step looks really good, really functional, nice and tight to the body. One of the best in the game right there. What we didn't mention on the front and on the rear is the suspension setup on this one. We go with the best in the business Agile off-road rip kit. This one also has the double shear brackets, upper and lower in the rear, for that extra peace of mind when hitting that tough terrain. This one has Fox 2.5s in the back, Bilstein B6 in the front with the extra spring, and we see a 2-inch ride improvement to get that really nice stance, keeps it really tight on the road. The focus of the rip kit is ride improvement. It's gonna make it for a really comfortable ride. Whenever we can, we default to comfort here at Outpost Vans, and that's the nature of the rip kit. It's gonna make your ride more comfortable, make that ride and drive really enjoyable. So a few more things on the passenger side that we wanna talk about. First thing is the windows. On the sliding door, we have a CR Lawrence T-vent window. Everybody's probably heard that name, T-vent window. It's a really popular window, and for good reason. It looks really nice, it looks really clean, gives you a lot of great airflow with that awning vent that you crank out from the inside. Other window we did up here in the bunk is a CRL awning window. This one looks really clean. I personally really like the single pane of glass. It looks really good. Again, you're gonna get nice airflow in the back when you have the fan exhausting out. When you have those cracked open, you can also have them open in the rain. We also did forget to mention we have the FIAMMA awning up top, and that's on a ROAMBUILT roof rack. Some other things up on top of the roof, we have a 200-watt solar panel. We have a STARLINK Mini, so that's a 12-volt STARLINK, which is really nice, really efficient. We also have an air conditioning unit, which we'll talk more about on the inside. And then of course the vent fan, which we mentioned. So really great offering up on the roof we did on this one, and lots of great features. Airplane flying over right now, so we are close to an airport at our facility here. Moving right around to the back, we did an Owl Vans rear door package on this one. This is the B2 carrier. We have the 2 bike tubes up top with the 1-up racks. This customer is 6'2", so getting the bikes up top here is gonna be no problem for him. And of course, below we have the Owl Vans large box. I like to explain this box to a lot of people. We always get the question, well, what do you put in that box? Well, think of the box like the shed in your backyard. You're never gonna bring your lawnmower into your kitchen, right? That's gonna stay in the shed, right? So think of that this way. Those types of items that are gonna be dirty, messy, you wouldn't necessarily wanna bring into the van. They're gonna live in the box back here. So really great for additional storage for those types of items. Moving on over to the driver's side, we installed the Owl Vans ladder tire carrier with, of course, the full-size spare. Really happy with the way this Mojo 17-inch wheel turned out with the KO3. Looks really good. Moving right along, we already talked about the rip kit. Again, the Owl step. Some other things that we do on almost every van here at Outpost Vans is the rigid scene lights. So these are on the driver and passenger side. Those are really meant to illuminate your campsite when you get there and get set up. You could also turn them on when you're driving on a trail for some additional illumination down on the sides if you don't have ditch lights. That could help you in certain scenarios. We also have on the driver's side, this is not the same window as we did on the other side, and you'll see how we trimmed it out on the interior, but this is a Van Windows Direct awning window with integrated shade and bug screen. Really cool window, we're really liking that one. Looks really nice as well. And coming up to the front end, last but certainly not least on this van, we have the Owl Vans PISMO bumper. with the Super Winch. That's a 12,000 pound synthetic line winch with a Bluetooth remote, so really nice winch. Of course, the shackles. We did the LP6 Pros. The base light is their clear lens. And we did that so that way you could put the amber cover over it. So that way you kind of get best of both of those lights. So you can easily pop this off, run the clear, easily pop it on if you need to in those types of conditions. Moving back over to the passenger side, we'll talk about what's underneath the van before we jump in. So underneath the van, we have the S&B extended range fuel tank. We also have the Agile off-road rear diff cover. That rear diff, you want to protect that. That's going to be the first point typically that gets hit when you're in an off-road overland type scenario. So the factory one, no good for that. Go with the Agile off-road rear diff cover. Very, very great upgrade there. Let's see, what else do we have? Under the hood is the onboard air compressor from ARB. That's also from Agile. And now let's jump inside. All right, we've got this van open. First thing you see here is the lower cabinet that comes into the slider doorway a little bit. One of our favorite features is the drop-down table. We call this the happy hour table. Been calling it that for years. Seen other people call it that now too. But really great option to host friends, family, whatever. Everyone kind of gathers outside the van right here. It's kind of the natural place. Great for espresso machine in the morning. You can cook on it, make cocktails, wine, whatever. So really good feature. That clips back in. Put the leaf in here. Some storage cubby down here. That's great for, you know, sandals, dog leash, items like that. So just good functional use of the space. We also have two outlets. We have USB and we have a standard outlet right here, so you can use it on the drop-down happy hour table. Jumping into the van, we have a flip-up table here. And we did a solid surface countertop on this. This kind of has like a marble effect. If you get in a little bit closer, you can see. So really, really beautiful countertop with the stainless steel sink. And this countertop is really long right here. So with the extension and the distance all the way, this is a 170, and we will show you the bed in a second. As you can see, it's up. This is a 170 Murphy bed, north-south, so no flares in this. The bed is still really large, and this countertop is huge. So lots of prep space, makes the van seem very open still, and we could fit a ton of people in here and not feel cramped at all. I'm gonna put this back down as we go through the rest of the tour. But yeah, stainless steel faucet here. We also have the drinking water faucet, and that's filtered from a guzzle. That's the UV and carbon filter. So we have a filter on our fill kit that we give all of our customers. So the water's getting filtered as it comes into the van, and then it gets the 2-stage here. So it's almost like a 3-stage water filter. I mean, not almost, it is, as this drinking water faucet. So great to have to drink on the water on board. Going right over here, this is the couch kind of dinette area. This is set up for 2. This van was built for a couple. We're actually shipping this van out to Virginia. So what's up, Bert and Angela, when you guys see this video? You'll probably have your van already, so we're really excited to get it to you. But this setup here really becomes that kind of dining hangout area. You could work remotely if you would want. You're taking in the view, and this is really comfortable. These cushions were made by our partners at ROAMRest. It's almost like a cool, like zebra pattern almost, I would describe it as. So really funky, but really cool. Goes really well with the rest of the elements and color scheme of the van. Turned out really nice. Put this back here. If you look down here, we have a JBL speaker. So in this van, we have a JBL audio system. There's also a sub down here and a JL audio amp. This customer is really big into music. He's a drummer, he's a musician, so it's really important to him to have good audio. So we hooked him up with that. This sounds really good, and can't wait for them to bump it, and for maybe some of you guys to check this van out at a show. But if you pan right up here, we have our systems cabinet, or control center, monitoring console, we sometimes call it. First thing you'll see up in the top left is the air heater. This is the diesel heater. So if you're watching this video, you've probably seen diesel heaters and videos before. Keeps it really nice and toasty in that cold weather wintertime. We have the Fusion audio system here. And yeah, this is how you're going to dial in your Bluetooth, kind of change the settings and control your audio. You can also do some of it from your phone as well. Right down below, this is the Serbo GX from Victron. This is going to tell you all of your state of charge, all of your levels for your tanks, all of that kind of stuff. This is really at a glance how much power you're using, how much water, stuff like that. Right over here, water heater. This is a timer switch for the 4-gallon water heater that we have on board. So what you do, turn your inverter on, then you come over here, set it for an amount of time. I like to do this for 30 to 60 minutes in the morning. You're gonna have hot water all day. It's also a holding tank. It's gonna keep it warm in there for 24 hours. It's an insulated 4-gallon tank. Right over here, standard for us is a Switch Pro. This controls a lot of 12-volt items, things like your lights that are overhead, lights in the cabinets, your dump exterior lights, and we also have the STARLINK on this as well. So really cool really cool item to keep all your switches in one place. Storage right here, just nice overhead storage. And then this is how we trimmed out that window. It has a shroud kind of on the inside because it has that built-in screen and shade mechanism. So screen is up and then it does awning out. So really nice window. I can have it open, get more airflow, keep the screen up, no bugs are coming in. So we'll keep that open just to get some extra airflow in here. Moving right along to the back. Again, look at the counter space. There's so much counter space in this. This is probably the tightest point in the van with the shower next to me and the galley, but I'm about 6 foot and I still have plenty of room to move around right here. So oftentimes in vans, this can become a pinch point, but we maintained a lot of openness in this van on purpose, just because we don't like those tight spaces. So lots of under cabinet storage here under the sink. Really, really big space. You can see the guzzle down there. Excuse me. We have a large fridge. This is the Isotherm Drawer 130. So this is a fridge freezer, 130 liters. You've got the storage rack here. You've got the freezer up top. Lots of room down here. Great fridge. The next thing I want to highlight is the shower. If you've seen any of our videos before, we always do our showers out of stainless steel. This one is no exception. This is a large shower stall with a dry flush toilet. I mean, these showers are bulletproof. We also added in some L-track in this one with a few different modular mounting points from Sealand Pro and RRE Global. So we've got hooks in here, we've got towel holders, we've got soap dispensers. Also a great space to store the ladder. That helps you get up into the bed, which we'll show you guys in just a second. We also make these vinyl curtains. These just drop down. This is marine vinyl, so it's really resistant to any type of UV, waterproof. This is bulletproof material right here. That's why we use this, all of this in the shower. And our shower mat down there is also made out of HDPE, so that's anti-mildew, antimicrobial. There's no refinishing it like some other types of wood. It's just really bulletproof. All you got to do is clean it off. So really nice, and the black on black looks really good too. Yeah, moving on down, again, want to highlight the counter space in this. It's pretty crazy how much counter space you actually do have in this van for prepping and such. We've got a microwave up here, lots of overhead storage for things you're going to take with you. Two more down here. We have a bank of drawers down here as well that are integrated into the utility cabinet down here. So lots of deeper storage. That's where the induction cooktop is currently. And then one more down here. That's like a cubby storage down there for whatever you're going to utilize it for. Next feature of this van that I want to highlight is the Murphy bed. So we developed this north-south Murphy bed for the 170 because the customer didn't want to do flares. And we came up with this solution that we think is really great. It's a 2-panel Murphy bed system. So first thing you're gonna do is hit the releases up top. It's gonna fold down. It's, again, 2 panels. So I'll do the back one first, and then I'll do the forward panel. And this is still a really, really big sleeping area. This bed is 81 by 67 wide. So 81 long, north-south, and 67 wide, east-west. That's bigger than a queen if you know the dimensions of a queen, which is 60 by 80. So really comfortable, really large. Fold this one down. The mattress was custom made by our partners at Roamrest. All you do, pull it down, fold it down, and you've got the large, comfortable sleeping space. Look how tight the tolerances are. When you're in the van, you want to be comfortable. Just like we talked about with the rip kit, you want to make sure that your ride is comfortable and that getting to that destination is enjoyable. Same goes for when you're in the bed. That's why we use the Roamrest mattresses, and that's why we try to default to comfort with everything inside the van. If you're not comfortable getting there or when you're there, kind of what's the point of everything else inside the van, right? That's the way we try to look at things. And yeah, that's how we developed this solution for this customer. Now that we have the Murphy bed stowed and put away, let's talk about the systems. On the driver's side, we have all the power. So this is powered by 3 Victron Energy 330 amp hour batteries. That's a total of 990 amp hours at 12 volts, so really, really beefy system. Lots of battery storage. We have a 3000 watt inverter. We of course have shore power. There's solar up on the roof of the van, 200 watts. Mainly this is gonna recharge though via the secondary alternator. So we have the high output 280 amp alternator on this van. That's gonna recharge the batteries as you idle and as you drive. So our philosophy is if you really want a 4-season van, you have to be able to charge at basically all times of the day. So solar doesn't work half the time anyway. Why is that? At nighttime, it's not gonna work. You can almost always turn on the van and idle or drive to recharge your batteries. That's why we do the secondary alternators on all of our vans. Again, also has shore power. It's a 30 amp inlet, so you can plug in. Let's talk about water, which is mainly on the passenger side in this utility box. So we have a 35 gallon fresh tank. Already kind of mentioned the 4 gallon water heater. That's electric, so that runs when the inverter is on. We also have a 20 gallon gray tank for the shower and the sink. Over here with the water system, we also have an outdoor shower that's standard. We kind of skipped over that when we did the quick walk around. We were talking about the exterior then. But yeah, 35 gallons of fresh, 20 gallons of gray, 4 gallon water heater. That's what's powering all the plumbing and your water system. So you've got plenty of water for hot showers in the morning and at night. And yeah, lots of water on board. So let's also jump right back up to the front and talk about the cab area. As we do that, I do want to mention the hardwood white oak ceiling. This is kind of what Outpost Vans is known for, our hardwood slatted ceilings. Always requested is the slatted ceilings. We chose white oak for this one to match the laminate construction of the cabinetry. The white oak paired with a laminate color in here looks phenomenal. Okay, so let's talk about cab. We mentioned comfort several times already. That's why we put the Scheelman seats in this van for the customer. I also mentioned that this customer is 6'2", so we went with the Vario F XXL. This one's for taller folks, and these are really comfortable. It's got tons of adjustability. These have built-in heating, the dual armrest. I've talked about that before. That's one of my favorite features. That dual armrest as you're on a long drive is just, it's a game changer. If you haven't experienced it or tried it, it's a must. So come sit in one of these seats at a show, try it out, and let us know if you want to get one in your van. But yeah, we have both of these. They can fully swivel. This turns into like a chaise here on the driver's side, which is really cool. You can sit there, throw your feet up on the couch. So yeah, great to have. Up front too, we also have some navigation accessories from Terra X. We did their Overlander X with 2 RAM mounts. And then we also did the Wolf box with their visor dock tube up here. So the Wolf box, if you don't know, is a kind of 3-in-1 camera. It's gonna give you a dash cam, an internal cam, and it gives you an always-on rear camera out the back. So those are really nice extra safety feature. I really like having the dash cam feature as well. Yeah, that kind of rounds out the front. Oh, forgot to mention the overhead cab shelf. We upholstered this to match the interior finish of the van as well. So it looks really seamless as it comes up to these trim pieces up here. So really nice, really functional. This is a great space for soft storage. Right now we have a rumple blanket up there for the customer. People put backpacks, window covers, jackets, stuff like that. Oh, of course, bug screens on the slider and rear door. That's a must for camping. So we have that on this van. And yeah, a lot of great features in this one. There's probably some things I skipped. We have a full breakdown of the features list on our website. So thank you for checking it out and for watching this channel. We really appreciate it. Again, I'm Jeremy with Outpost Vans, and this is our latest custom built 170, and we'll see you later.